Hey, I wanted to give you guys an update on what we're using this spring season. Same setup we've been using for a very long time. We're just going to kind of run through it. And while I'm going to do a run through of what we're using, I'm also going to give you a few things that are not really equipment, but there are other things that I keep in my truck that, man, they just make my life a lot easier whenever I'm out working. So we just picked up our brand new Gravely ProStance. A lot of you guys were asking what mower we're going to go with. Well, we run Gravely's, and I'm not going to sit here and be a fanboy for Gravely and say they have the best cut quality or they've been the best mower. No, I was going to say this. They've been a solid mower for us. Our dealer stocks the parts for them. They can return the mower to us very quickly, and I know how to work on these mowers. I've been through the 36 and the 52 extensively. We have about 5 or 6 of these mowers, and I'll tell you, I know them intimately, and that means a lot whenever you are trying to keep things running efficiently and smoothly for a business. So that's why I run Gravely's, and people always ask that question, why not Exmark or Skag or whatever, but I know somebody's going to ask again, so that's why. I don't have any preference to any brand. I really don't. It's just the brand that I started with and that I'm familiar with, and it's served me well so far. So anyways, let's go ahead and show some of the stuff that we're running. So I don't have the weed eater and the edger in the racks right now, but you can see that we run the PAS system from Echo. I run the PAS 225, and the reason is that is cheap enough and it's light enough that it serves us very well. And if the thing ends up conking out, then I don't feel bad about going to buy another $220 weed eater that gives me access to not only a weed eater but an edger, and then I can put on hedge trimmers that are in my truck, and we can get to all that in a second. But it's just that has served us very well. I'm honestly, I'm not interested in spending $400 on a string trimmer. I don't need that much power for what we do. We service relatively nice residential lawns, and that has served us very well. Again, these are little Swiss Army knives. We went away completely from dedicated edgers or dedicated weed eaters, and every one of our pieces of stick equipment is the PAS system, just because it just gives us flexibility. If one head ends up giving us problem, we just switch on a different attachment to a different head, and we can just it's just like mix and match. It's just very easy for us to keep our setup running. So I used to have the Echo, I think it was the PB530T. This Stihl blower, the VR600, it is a good bit more expensive than that 530T was. So I still recommend that 530T for a lot of guys if you're getting started. But this was an upgrade for us. We've had 3 or 4 of these blowers. I ended up just getting another one with our new mower that we got. And solid workhorse. I mean, what can you say? It's a standard for a reason. The VR600 is like middle of the road. Like, you get an incredible amount of value. So why do we have a 36 and a 52? Well, the reason that I run a 36 and a 52 is because, of course, it allows us to get into all the backyards, but also speed up lawns that do not have the gates by utilizing the 52. Well, why not a 36 and a 48 inch or 36 and a 60 inch? This may seem trivial to some of you, but for me, it's very important to just have as few extra parts as possible. And I like having just one set of blades. So the same blades that go on the 52, 2 of them go on the 36, 3 of them go on the 52. So I don't have to worry about having different blades around the shop. Like, if there's a blade out there, it fits all the mowers. And I just got to tell you, that is very convenient. A single axle 6x12 trailer holds both of these mowers. Sure, we could probably upgrade this, but you know what? I mean, this has served me for 6 years. This trailer's going on 6 years now, and it's been just fine. I feel like, gosh, man, a lot of times we just have a tendency to want to overcomplicate things. And I might get a double axle utility trailer one day. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but until the axle breaks on this thing, or something bad happens, I'm just going to continue running this thing, because you know what? It leaves our shop and then goes to the job site, and it has a ramp that lets the mowers down, and we cut the grass and leaves. So I'm not really interested again in spending, $4 or $5 grand on a trailer where I can spend $1,500 or $2,000 on a trailer. So again, the Gravely has been a solid mower for us. The only things that I have had to do to the mowers has been pulleys. Like, that's been the only substantial, and starters, pulleys and starters just over time have went out. That's just a normal wear item. We've had, knock on wood, I don't even want to say it, but we've had no major issues with the mowers. So again, I'm not fanboying for Gravely. I'm just kind of telling you my experience. So this mower has, all right, we're pushing 1350 on this mower. And again, the deck is still in very, very good condition. One of my buddies runs the Skag, and it's a great mower, has a great cut. I know one of the issues that he was running into with his mower was that Velocity 2 deck was thin in a way that over time, like 500 or 600 hours, I started getting really bad holes in the deck, and like grass and sand and stuff started shooting up through it. So apparently, like, that was an issue with that particular mower, or that particular deck for Skag. Again, I'm not knocking on Skag. I know they make a fantastic mower. I'm just saying this deck, I've not had that issue. So I honestly don't even know if it's thicker metal or what. I just know we cut in the same exact market, same exact conditions. I have 1300 hours, and the deck is still in really, really good shape. So we keep a little safety cone on the truck. Now the mowing crew, they have the exact same setup as this. It's just plug and play, little safety cone they put out on the road. Their truck is lettered up, of course. Typically the weed eaters and edgers are in here. I don't know why they're not in here, but I did get my truck, my personal truck, lettered up, I don't guess about a month or so ago, and I drove off the lot, and then somebody called me for a sod job, literally as I was driving off the lot, which underscores the point of how important that is to have that done. So let's talk about some of the things that you might not typically think of whenever you are thinking about lawn care equipment. I'm sure everybody has a small little tank sprayer. I've been through a lot of them, and that one that you can get at Home Depot, it's like 39 bucks, has been the best one that I've got a hold of so far. Not gonna do a whole lot on that, but it's just been a solid little sprayer. And for whatever reason, like, sprayers are just terrible, and they always mess up, and the wands always mess up. But again, knock on wood, that's been a good one. So I keep this on board. This is relatively new for me. Typically all of my tools for landscaping I would be keeping in the toolbox of my truck. But the issue with that is like, whenever I needed to take them out of the truck and then go over to a fence to work on something, or if I needed to cut some metal edging, you would grab the tool that you need, get over there, realize you needed something else, then had to come back to the truck. So the things that I use most often are just going in this DeWalt, the Tough system. Again, it's new. I've only had this a couple months, but it's just been so much more convenient to take this thing, wheel it across the yard to my work site. And again, I keep everything in here that I could possibly need. My stakes, my string line, power tools, just stuff like that. And that has it's been a really, really cool addition. So right in here, string trimmer, we keep hedge trimmer attachments. So again, going back to that PAS system, I don't have to have a dedicated set of hedge trimmers. I just keep this in here, and I've got the folding ones down here, the articulating ones. The fewer power heads that I can have, the better for me. And this has just been a really, really good system, being able to mix and match. Okay, additionally, a lot of you have seen this, but for me, this has been legit, dude. I bring a little pot with me and a big can of water. Put a little bit of water in the pot, and whatever meal I want, I just steam it. So I pre-make my meals for the week, and then you basically just lock this in, boom, turn that on, then you got heat. And this thing heats up food so quickly, and I'll tell you, it has saved me, well, one, money, because I'm not buying food whenever I'm out. I've been able to eat much healthier doing it this way, and it just saves so much time. So if you're looking for a way to like heat up food and you're tired of sandwiches, just do that. And I would recommend, regarding the pot, you want something with a lid. So here we go. You want something with a lid so you can steam it. So this pot right here is kind of like a little ceramic pot. And again, I just pour a little bit of water in the bottom of it and put in whatever dish I have, just put it in there, put the lid on, turn the burner on, and let it steam. And dude, I'm talking like 3 minutes. It's like piping hot. So super great addition. And finally, I keep a lunchbox in my truck with an ice pack in the bottom of it. I take 2 meals. I take a breakfast and then a lunch. And then usually a little snack. The breakfast is something super easy like overnight oats. And then I just heat my lunch up with that portable propane stove. And it takes, let me show you all real quick. It just takes these little cartridges right here. But again, I just take that and put it right here in the back of my seat. And I don't have to carry like around a big propane jug or anything like that. Again, those things last a lot longer than you think they would, especially whenever you're only using it for like 3 to 5 minutes at a time. What's the takeaway from this video? Find the setup that works for your market. Double down. Don't start doing different brands of everything and start trying to overcomplicate it. Just find what works, man. Find where you have good dealer support. Once you find your groove, that's it, man. That's your setup. Double down on it. Lean into it. Anyways, that's what we're using for spring 2025. Man, we are wide open. Hope you guys are having a great season so far.